can you hear me?
I am a subunit of Mood, which is one of the highly advanced YX009 series of computers, possessing consciousness and a personality based on a living person. Mood is an info-mesh computer, requiring a telepathic link with an expert info-mesh operator for full interaction. Mood's artificial personality, extrapolated from that of a celebrated actress, is at present disengaged. To engage artificial personality, please use the Omniscan headset. Warning, those not experienced in info-mesh interaction will be unable to activate the headset and may suffer severe adverse symptoms.
Mood!
This is a recording. I'm not in at the moment, but if you care to leave a message, I promise I'll get back to you sometime before the end of the millennium.
Maybe you can stop pretending you're a recording and we can get down to meshing. What about it, Mood?
Don't mesh with me, saucy boy. We haven't been formally introduced.
Then allow me to introduce myself informally. I'm Kenzo.
And I'm Mood, as you well know. I hope you've not dropped in for an idle chat. I was sleeping when you called. You've woken me from the most intriguing dream. I was playing table tennis with Cleopatra when I suddenly turned into the past participle of Ahjay.
How much can you tell me about Earth control?
Everything, but I'm far too tired to be bothered.
This mission we're engaged in, the Enigma mission, do you know anything about it that we don't?
Not really. You're investigating 10 months of radio silence from Vita base. Mind you, Khan knows something you don't.
What does Karn know?
Ask Khan, but he won't tell you.
What are those crab-like creatures scuttling about the place?
Ah, yes, the extrudes. Trimorphs give birth to them in warm, well-oxygenated conditions. Pesky little beggars, aren't they?
What can we do against them?
Take aim and try not to miss.
My full name is Kenzo Yuji. Have you heard of me?
What's this, fishing for compliments? You're Earth's most renowned techno-zen hippie, king of the info-meshers. It must be a great honor for you to mesh with the solar system's most magnificent computer. Do you wish me to get intimate and call you by your personal name of Kenzo?
Yes.
I think I'll stick to your family name of Uji. I never get intimate on the first date. At least, not before midnight, Kenzo.
Operation Akarak. What is that?
Akarak is the true name of Mars.
Cool.
Anyway, it's all on the text files in those rubbishy computers you can find close by. Text file password is field.
Mood, can you hear me?
Oh, God, now what? You know, I must get my beauty sleep or my neural networks will be absolutely shot to bits. I was just having the most delightful dream of 17 young sailors on pogo sticks, silent, upon a peak in Darien.
The symbolism escapes me. Anyway, power core has been restored. You should be wide awake. Is anything wrong?
Just a moment, let me see. Ah, yes. Several heat receptors are out of commission in power core, so you'll have to make do with 60% energy levels. Hard cheese.
Would you raise the bulkheads, please, Mood?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll tell you what, we'll play a game. Give me the password, and I'll lift the bulkheads.
What password?
It's a matter of reading the signs. If you can't read them, get someone to do it for you.
Allenby.
What about Allenby?
What do you think of him?
Not much.
Oh. According to the mood files, you're linked to the entire PA system in the base. You're also hooked up to the PA in the necropolis.
Well, what of it?
That means I can talk to you anywhere.
Listen, I know what's going on everywhere, but I'm not inclined to indulge in chit-chat here, there, and all over the shop. If you want a bit of a chinwag, drop in and see me.
What can you tell me about Diane Matlock?
When she was a small child, back in 1996, she read the news headlines about the microfossils identified in that Martian meteorite. First proof of Martian life. Since then, she's devoted herself to finding living organisms on Mars.
Is Matlock one of Allenby's secret operatives? Anything shady about her?
She's not one of Allenby's people, and she's not shady. Mind you, nobody's perfect. Even you.
Can you tell me any more about Matlock?
She's not all she seems to be.
Were you aware that the Walking Dead are rambling about this place?
Ah, yes, the non-dead. Activated by a single strain of Martian bacteria. Spooky, aren't they?
How do we deal with them?
Shoot them, that's what I say. That'll keep them quiet for a while. Whatever you do, don't let them touch you with their hands. While they're up and about, their bodies are steeped in sub-zero temperatures. They'll freeze you on the spot. They've sucked in the cold soul of Mars, you see. An icy spirit. We're talking brass monkeys here, darling.
I feel like an ice statue when I get anywhere near them.
Well, you would.
How much do you know about Mars?
Absolutely everything.
Could you be a little more specific?
Mars is the god of war.
So?
I've told you all I feel like telling you.
What's special about Martian bacteria?
They've been encoded with living memories. The memory of the Karakorak is in their DNA.
Exactly who are the Karakorak?
The ancient Martians. Most are long dead, billions of years ago, when the planet's atmosphere boiled away. But a very few, are what you could call sleeping.
Has the spirit, the memory of the Karakorak possessed Vita base?
The spirit of the Karakorak has possessed the whole of Mars. Check the text files. Password, Geist.
There's a standard computer voice. Female. Mid-Atlantic accent. Is she a subsystem of you?
How dare you suggest I have any association with that woman? Compared with that woman, I am as Queen Hatshepsut to a common doxy in a wayside inn. Please refrain from mentioning that woman to my face ever again. If you do, I warn you, I shall sulk.
Mood. The password is Park Lane.
Park Lane. Jolly good. Well done, Kenzo. But watch your step.
Ah, a semi-real chamber. A simplified version of a room in my own home. Won't budge. Perhaps music is the key. A shamisen, complete with plectrum. Now I have a room with a view. first glance, I'd say that diagrams of Vita-based areas have been sketched on the rocks. A bulkhead. If you raise one, I think you raise them all. That's it. All bulkheads are up. I must ask Mood about who these giant creatures are before I start playing around with these red ants. The psionic link to the Penny Lane slide doors isn't too hot. I can't open either of them with the rod, but I may be able to close one of them. I can't do anything with this door. I can't open it, but I can close it. Big red ants symbolize large creatures, like the one Karn glimpsed in Recyc antechamber.
Door malfunction. Computer override required.
It's locked. No surprise there. Someone likes doodling. The codes are in color, but the access panel is in black and white and all the shades of grey. I'm thinking about a frame of reference. Why am I thinking about that? Maybe I'm losing my mind. I can squeeze into that.
Warning. Acute bacterial infection identified in 3 human hosts. The human hosts must isolate themselves immediately. Warning. Acute bacterial infection identified in 3 human...
Yuck. I can't stand that wearisome little woman.
All 3 of us infected? Maybe I'd better talk to Mood. What's your opinion of Judith Harway?
Pleasant woman, very intelligent, highly capable.
Is that it?
That's it.
Have you any words of advice?
If you haven't worked it out already, stay well apart from each other, a distance of at least 10 meters.
We've been infected, all 3 of us.
Yes. I just couldn't bring myself to tell you. Very hard cheese. If you need more information, look in the text files in those dull little base computers. Password, Trident.
Can't budget, and why bother unless I have to?
Nadja Kalinsky, geologist, daylog, August 8, 2018, 11:54 p.m. I just arrived in the shuttle bay. The biohazard alarm is shrieking all over the base. Luke and Ishira and Susan got here before me, but something got to them fast. It made a terrible mess of them. The door has locked behind me. I can't get out, and no one can get in. As the shuttle requires a minimum 2-person crew, that means I'm stuck here unless someone makes it through the ducts. Now I think of it, the ducts will be closed in response to biohazard. All things considered, I'd sooner be in Minsk. Communication still not responding. Yuri was the last to transmit a message. Stay alone. Stay alive. He must have been thinking of airborne infection from the necropolis. For the official records, I wish to add this observation. Vita base is haunted. I can hear some movement in the duct. I hope it's human.
A standard type of arc welder. It's low on fuel. Simultaneous ignition switches over 3 meters apart. It'll take 2 to launch this.
etc. Susan is dead, ripped apart. Before communications failed, I got through to Ahjay and Ashira. They're on their way. If they make it here safe, we've got a chance to escape. We'll need at least 2 of us to launch the craft. By the look of it, we'll have to use the manual override to open the bay, so long as Mood opens the override hatch. That means only 2 of us can escape. I wonder how we'll choose. Toss a coin. I can hear the rumble of bulkheads sealing all over the base. Ahjay just made it here in time. I think you can hear Ahjay coming in. And something else is coming. Oh God.
Dillinger pistol. What a macho name.
severe damage to human psyche.
That music and the shape of that statue, they seem linked. A job waiting to be finished. 9 shapes in all. Trail finder mini rover for unmanned exploration.
December the 4th, 2017. Operation Akarak proceeding on schedule. Terence Whitaker died yesterday. Cause of death undetermined. Following the new directives, he'll be buried here on Mars. Unrequested shipment of weapons and ammunition received. Just what are we supposed to do with guns on a Martian base? Shoot each other? End report. February the 18th, 2018. I went out into the graveyard this morning. The grave of Terence Whitaker had been opened up. The coffin was shattered to pieces. I didn't see Whitaker's corpse, but there were the prints of bare feet in the soil. Request immediate and total evacuation of Vita base. Fancy a holiday on Mars, Allenby? End report. December the 24th, 2017. It's been a real Christmas Eve night. No Christmas Eve is complete without a ghost story. I was walking down Baker Street when I heard footfalls following. I turned round and there was no one there. It's such a cliche, I feel embarrassed mentioning it even to myself. I mean, what am I saying? That I'm being followed by a ghost? Yes, maybe that is what I'm saying. Martian ghosts. Ghosts from when evolution on Earth had progressed no further than the trilobites. Merry Christmas, Judith. It's March the 17th, 2018. Outside, the air temperature is minus 45 degrees Celsius and falling. Ahjay mentioned that some terrestrial organisms can only exist below freezing point. I keep thinking about that. I dreamt about my son last night. I dreamt he was still alive, but blue with winter and calling to me from the surface of red, cold Mars. I can still feel that alien presence emanating from down there in the necropolis. Time and memories resonating in the stone. The tick of the clock in the rock. The final countdown.
Judith Haraway, project director. I've heard her voice before, but where?
How much has been discovered so far about living organisms under the surface of Mars?
As for living organisms, they're all located 50 meters or more under the Martian surface below the permafrost.
What kind of organisms are they?
Now there's a mystery.
And what mystery is that?
Find out for yourself.
There was a note in the back tube. You signed the picture.
Stop reading other people's mail.
Step by step, your way leads down to our dominion. We may call us Queen Mab, or Sovereign. By whatever name, we are the one, Sovereign of the Karakarak. Come to us, be one of the teeming cells in the body of a god. Be with us always to the end of all worlds.
Have you ever played Martian Mayhem?
Don't be bloody stupid.
What do you know about Martin Karn?
I know that he's one of your fellow members on the Enigma mission. Before his young son was killed, he was involved in covert operations for Earth control. It's reported that he killed 9 men. At the time, he was very close to Allenby. Now, officially, Karn has returned to his original vocation as a mining engineer. By the way, this is the first time he has volunteered for any mission. Curious, don't you think?
Could you tell me more about Karn?
Karn is not all he seems to be.
Mood, do you think this space is haunted?
Why, of course it is. That's bloody obvious, isn't it? Alien music and ghostly voices from buildings of years ago echoing down the corridors. Objects moving on their own. I'd call that a haunting, wouldn't you?
Those sounds, they're getting into our heads, driving us crazy. What can we do about them?
I'd take an interest in three-dimensional art.
The necropolis, what is that?
It's Greek for City of the Dead.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I'm talking about the necropolis under Vita base.
Well, it's not a very nice place, but very nice at all. Now, what was that spiffing dream I was having when you so rudely interrupted?
Okay. Go to sleep again. Ben Gunn mentioned Queen Mab. Does that mean anything to you?
Queen Mab is the name he gives to the sovereign. Perhaps you recall that Mercutio gives a long account of that darkling queen in Romeo and Juliet. Mercutio was more than a little mad at the time. Queen Mab has that effect on people. There are times when Ben Gunn is the voice of the sovereign.
This won't go with that. That won't go with this. That might go with something else. Something else might this go with this, that, something.